I'm sitting here with Wojtek, who just won his Metal Foil Master Yi card, but not only that, he also finished 13th out of 1,700 people. Wojtek, how are you feeling with this achievement?
Amazing. It's unbelievable for me that I managed to do it. I went for the metal and got it, so mission accomplished, I guess.
Yeah, and then you also got the top 16 prize, which what is even the top 16 prize? Do you know?
I don't even know because I wasn't checking it. I wasn't expecting to go to top 16, so that wasn't my aim. I don't even know what's the prize. I mean, the metal is already like the majority of the pricing for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there will be something more on top of it, so that's cool.
And this is your first major achievement in a card game because so far you have been playing them casually, but you played in TFT and finished top 8 at what was the event?
EWC.
EWC in Saudi Arabia, right? It was a team-based event, right?
Yeah, with my team, with Americi, shout out to Kezman, Shredin, and Aki.
All right, great. So let's go into the deck list because we want to do the deck check. If you can give me your microphone.
sure.
Thank you. I'll hold it, and we're going to start with the 2 drops, and we'll go through the entire deck.
All right, so let's go with the 2 drops. They are like the bread and butter of Yi. However, you could say it's bread and butter, but it's only 6. I shifted a bit from the set 1 9 2 drops to a little bit less because of Draven, but also I didn't want to clutter my deck as much, and I just hope I draw them because like this Poro is of course the best 2 drop in the game, or at least for Yi.
And it fixes the biggest problem with your deck, which is card draw.
Yes, he replaces himself, but then I added also Desert Skull, which is like kind of a new addition to the deck. It is a 2 drop, but later on when you draw it, it's not as useless as a typical 2 drop. It can be played with repeat, then you get 2 tokens. And like you actually mentioned, it's pretty nice in the yellow matchup against the Week. You can spam your portal too.
And yellow was one of your most matchups, right?
I mean, I played against 2 Rek'Sai and 1 Victor. I don't remember if there was anything else, but yeah, they came in handy in those matchups.
Against the Call of the Weeks, and overall decrease a problem, right, in that matchup.
I'm playing the Raven Bloom Conservatory for the battlefields, and it's an additional spell. I get over 20 spells in the deck.
Yeah, that's actually like 50% draw, no?
Yes. So
that's pretty sweet.
That's like a cool little synergy.
All right, actually, when it comes to battlefields, you're starting with Viamol's Lair as your first battlefield, right?
Usually. It kind of depends on the matchup. I'm not sure. I wasn't thinking about every matchup. Honestly, these battlefields I chose pretty last minute because I wasn't really happy with my previous ones, and I consulted with Shihu a lot about the deck list. And he suggested that I shouldn't be playing Obelisk, that other decks are using it better. So yeah, I chose brand new battlefields, different than what I've been practicing with the most. And it worked out in the pre-event 2 days ago. So I said, okay, let's go with it. And I was pretty happy with not having Obelisk.
Okay, so Ravenmoon Sanctuary is when you're going first?
Yes, because I play the first 2 drop, I go in here
and then you defend.
The next turn and hope to draw cards from this.
And Forges when you're going second. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Now let's go back to the units.
Yeah, also about the Forge, I'm not even playing that many equipments, but this is a battlefield that other
it's pretty
decks,
neutral, right?
Yeah, other decks don't really use this. I mean, sometimes they do, like Fioras with BSR or Azir, but no, Azir actually not, because he wants to tap for tokens.
Yes, correct.
So it's like pretty neutral.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, then we have one of your favorite creatures, I would say.
Yeah, I mean it's a fake 3 drop. It's a first mate. It's like a very good orange card. Lets you. It's like a little trick. Usually with E you want to hold one battlefield. Usually the game goes like the other player goes to the second battlefield, but then you can go back, play first mate, untap, go to the other battlefield and surprise, especially when it's a Ruin Runner, which can be targeted.
Yes.
But we'll get to that later. Overall, but also it I use it as a free drop as well. A lot of the games when I'm on the draw with free energy, help with not that much amount of 2 drops.
Yeah, then you're going to 8 units when you're going second, right?
Yeah,
that you can draw for the first turn.
Exactly.
All right.
And then also something which wasn't really seen. Oh, actually, it was seen in the set one in Mastery because we were playing Kiana, but now it's four drops. Navor is Scout because of matchups which target like Kaisa, Ezreal, Victor, or other like yellow or blue decks which like to target.
Yeah, and you
stuff.
played them instead of Kiana because of the power costs, right?
Yeah, Kiana in this set with all the ways to bounce units and not allow them to conquer, and also removal. She derams you when you play her, then you need to conquer to get the rune back.
Yeah.
It can happen that you don't conquer, you don't get the rune back, but also after playing Kiana, next turn you don't have 6 mana.
Yeah,
And
makes
that's
sense.
pretty important because of course, the Ruin Runner, which I can put on the board right now. If you deramp yourself and not get the 6 to play Ruin Runner next one, then that's bad. So this guy is better. And then also I have 2 herders. You can't abuse it like Irelia
Yeah.
or even Yasuo.
You have only first mates for her,
Yes,
right?
only first mate, which sometimes is used with her, but basically she just replaces herself. Sometimes she gets more. If she leaves, I mean, she's a 5 at the battlefield, so sometimes when you have tricks up, you can protect her and then
Yep.
move back and draw, and you're in a pretty good spot then, because
Okay.
otherwise this deck doesn't have ways to draw cards, really.
Yeah, and that fixes a major problem of your deck, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a very important part of the deck. I will not say that you need to play this, but I liked it. I boarded it out against decks that play Falling Star, for example, because I didn't want to play 2-drop into this to get Falling Star.
Yeah.
But overall, I think she did her job
Okay,
pretty
great.
well. And yeah, then Ruin Runner, some would say it's like the all-star of the deck. Many people think, and maybe it is how it is, but in my opinion, at least from my experience in the tournament here, like the Ruin Runner with Trinity Force wasn't even like my main way of scoring the points. I was playing much more with the earlier drops, with the 4 drops, than even I was expecting, and than what other people are expecting even, because many people think that Ruin Runner is the be-all end-all of this deck, but I would consider even cutting one of them. 3 is kind of clunky. It's not like you need to draw this to play the game.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. But of course, there are matchups where it's insane, like Kaisa, for example,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But then there is a friend for Ruin Runner, White Protector, against some decks that like to hold, like Miracle Draven sometimes plays huge board, or I don't know, like some decks like Fiora. There are scenarios where people want to hold for the last point, they stack the battlefield. You can just have a Ruin Runner in the base, give him +8, that's already 13. With
Yeah.
Punch First, that goes to
18, yeah.
That's a lot of might on a unit that you can't
Target, there's no fight or flight, there's no rebuke, right?
It actually didn't come up that much, and also I sided him out against many matchups because I didn't play that many holding decks, so it is a card that you could argue is not suited for the main deck.
Okay.
I mean, it very much depends on what matchups
Cool.
you get. And then also one of Tasty Faithful to end the creature count. He really impressed me against non-purple decks, of course, because against purple he gets rebuked, he gets fought. He's a sad eggplant. But against a matchup where he will die, where opponent needs to go through it, especially if you have ways to protect him from spells, and then opponent has to attack into him, and then you get not a bad trade, you ramp up and draw a card. Of course, sometimes the game is too fast and he is a bit late, he's very slow. So sometimes it's he doesn't get you the value in a fast game.
Yep.
But if you can slow the game and go to a more grindy game, he's the GOAT.
Okay.
I was really impressed with him.
Then we have the equipment, the new one from Spirit Forge, Trinity Force.
Trinity Force when I hold score 1 point, so that's like the combo with Ruin Runner mostly, but I mean you can equip it on any unit, but usually on the Ruin Runner it's the most safe because equipping costs you power. If you equip on a unit and then it gets like rebuked, it gets removed.
That's a pain.
That's not a good tempo swing. But
And how often did you get actually the additional point in the tournament? Did it happen often?
it didn't happen as often as you would think. It wasn't my main win condition at all. It was. There were games where it threatens. Opponent really needs to address
Find an
this.
answer, yeah.
Yes. So probably if I knew like the hand of my opponent, then maybe I would say maybe this would.
It's like the invisible effect
maybe
of your
it played
opponent
a bigger
changing.
part than you would think at the first glance, because it needs to be answered. But I think the 2-off is kind of nice. You can also board this out against like action matchups. It's
Makes
not,
sense.
It's not a must-have, I
Yep.
think. I mean, you need to have this in the deck probably, but you
Yep.
don't need this to win the game.
Okay.
And then the Zonia/GA setup, I think Zonia is a bit better because you can cheat it with no mana, you can hide it, right?
Yeah.
You want to sit on the battlefield, you can hide it for free. Of course, it deramps you, but so does equipping the Guardian Angel, and you also need the 2 energy. The GA does give the +1 might, which sometimes is relevant. For example, Mastery goes from 6 to 7, he doesn't die to Falling Star or Singularity. So that's nice. But Zonia is a bit better to like cheat the tempo, go on the battlefield, hide the Zonia, have some mana up maybe.
Makes sense.
So
Okay.
Also, it can't get actioned if it's hidden.
Yeah.
GA can get action. So
That's a very good
that's
point.
a downside. Okay, so then we go to the spells, and there's a lot of them. I have 2 Finder Centers, and this is a good follow-up play to your 2-drop. You play your 2-drop, then if you have Finder Center, you can play it. You have 1 mana up for a trick. You can like Charm, Defy, Unguard, stuff like that. We'll get to that. But it's a good follow-up to the 2-drop if you don't have the 4-drop. Because maybe you would like to play the 4-drop before. But also, this card is also nice in the grindier matchups, where your opponent is already at 5 points. This costs one mana. You cycle it, and then you ramp. And the runes are pretty important sometimes. You sometimes need more runes, like 10 runes, to be able to play a couple of spells on the same turn, to have runes up to pay for hard bargain, for example. So I feel like playing this for 1 mana was really nice in many games.
And that's why you play a 2-off, because you don't want it too early.
Yeah,
as well.
I don't really need this, but it's cool.
Yep.
Then one of the best green spells, Discipline. Very nice combat trick, 2 mana for 2 might, but then it also cycles.
A no-brainer in the deck, right?
Yes, you can't go less than 3 off.
Yep.
That's, I think, undisputable. Don't need to talk about it that much. Then only 2 on guard, because while it's more mana efficient, you get 2 might for 1. Because you're basically like 99% of the time you are solo at the battlefield.
Yep.
But it doesn't replace itself, and when you draw too many of those, you can get real low on cards. So I think 2-off is pretty good, especially because I'm not playing Dreaming Tree.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the Dreaming
Tree. I
Tree.
probably would play more than 2, I mean more than 3. I didn't decide for a Dreaming Tree because
it gives too much to the opponents, I'm assuming,
yes,
right?
I mean not all decks use it, but some do. Some do pretty well. Like Stupefy on Dreaming Tree is very good. Like the yellow decks can Death Grip or Hidden Blade draw some more cards. So Charm is a very good trick, very good spell in this deck, because it's a removal with Mastery. You charm to your battlefield, you get +2, so it's way better than
I found it to be the most annoying card against Miracle Draven, because when you try to stack units in the base and then do an alpha strike, you do charms and you just completely destroy my plan.
Yes, of course. It's against Miracle. It's pretty nice to like thin out their board, but also, I mean, everybody knows what charm does, but
Yep.
it's very efficient in this
Yep.
deck.
So as a basic
But
free
also
off.
some bonus with the conservatory when you hold here, when you are here and you charm to this battlefield, you get the trigger.
All right. Yeah, you can
So
force the trigger. That's pretty nice. Yeah.
One twonk.
Just a surprise factor. And
Just one of. Sometimes can be handy. When I saw the spoiler of the set, I thought, oh my god, okay, Rune Prison without power
Yep.
cost, this is going to be insane. It is not that insane because
the limitation of the attack, right?
no, actually not that. Not
Yeah,
that, but
okay.
green here exists, and this is action speed. So against all the red decks, this usually doesn't do anything because for their alpha strike, when they're at 6 points, they very often play Bryn here and Twonk can be played.
Makes sense.
This is better against decks which play a lot of units for like 4 or 5 might and try to attack with 2 units into your bigger guy.
Okay.
Because you stun one, and then you kill one of them, the other goes to base. So this is a 1-for-1, and the opponent loses a lot of tempo.
Okay.
It's not as good when someone attacks like a big Irelia, and you can twonk it, and she doesn't conquer. Okay, that's fine if you're like in a winning position already, but it doesn't kill the Irelia. So against bigger guys, it's not as good. Okay, then Punch First, pretty obvious. Also a great addition in the new set. You don't want to like free off because rune cost is pretty big. Then 2 device, 2 not so fast, not much to talk about them. Not so fast or obviously against
Instrumental duo deck.
purple decks and singularities, stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah. Then
And now we're left with
go
the
to
sideboard.
A very good orange card, Unyielding Spirit against all the damage-based, of course, decks like red and blue. 3 actions, also a very crazy card. However, I didn't find myself boarding in as much because the matchups where it comes in handy weren't that. I mean, I didn't get them as much. Against Irelia, he carried me hard, of course.
Yep.
But also against Jax, which I played him at like 8-1 or something. A very good Jax player, and this action got me the win. Then 2 Dead Blooms, that's like a crazy addition. 2 is also probably too much, but one of those he gets people caught.
They don't expect it, so it's very
yeah,
surprising,
the
right?
might breakdown. They don't expect the 8 mites. I got quite a few catches with the Deadloom, and then additional defy, mostly against like yellow decks with Caldewigs, and that's that.
Okay, and now last question. What's your worst and best matchup?
Best matchup, I think maybe Kaisa, but I didn't play her actually that much this event, unfortunately. I mean, the result is great anyway, but I would have liked to play a bit more Kaisa. And also, I played 2 Rek'Sai, and the matchup, the Rek'Sai with Falling Stars, Piercing Lights and stuff, and also my deck does really, really well against that.
Okay, and the worst is Midran Draven, and that's...
Worst Draven,
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Wojtek, for being with me here and explaining your deck. That's awesome. And thank you again, and congrats to the
Thanks for
incredible
having me.
run.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you.